we've had, I guess, between our friends, what some would call a bromance. Many people may have thought that I'd be the one sitting in Sylvia's seat, we'd be in Vermont, but we met on a bike ride, like I said. We were riding next to each other. We decided to take the extra mile on a bike ride where nobody else decided to do it. We were both on small hybrid bikes, mountain bikes, none of which are anywhere near worth what a tire on our current bikes are worth. And we rode next to each other for a good 35, 40 seconds, maybe even a minute without even saying a word to each other. And then I finally looked at him and said, "Hey, I'm David." And he goes, "Hey, I'm Larry." And I said, "So how long have you been doing this?" He goes, "Oh, a little while." I said, "That's a nice bike." He goes, "Yeah, it's brand new." I said, "Yeah, this one's brand new too." "Just got rid of a bike." I said, "Oh, I just got rid of a bike." "What'd you get rid of?" "Oh, just a small like Walmart GMC bike." "That's the exact bike I just got rid of." And I really did. We rode around, talked about it a little while. I said, "Yeah, I'm just getting into it. You know, I used to be a smoker." Larry said, "Hey, I used to be a smoker." "Trying to get back into shape?" "Yeah, I'm trying to get back into shape." "Okay, this is kind of getting a little freaky, to be honest with you." "Yeah, I think I'm going to do triathlons." "Yeah, I do triathlons. I'm in a group called Triathlon." "Yeah, I just checked that group out on the website. Yeah, that's my group. I'm like the third person in the group. I'm going to go ahead and join it." Best group ever, Sylvia says. It absolutely is. Most of the people on this side of the room are members of that team. I did a lot of my firsts with Larry, some of which I'll discuss. I won't talk about that here. When we left that first bike ride, Larry said to me, "Hey, come out next weekend. Come out to the park, have a good time, enjoy yourself." I said, "Okay." And like any other romance or bromance or any other relationship would start, one party continued to come up with excuses. That was me. I couldn't come out one weekend rather, because I was with my daughter and I didn't want to go down the park. Next weekend, I'm just scared. I've never swum. I haven't run. There's no way it's going to happen. Next weekend, oh, I don't know. Next thing you know, Larry's in the hospital.
Oh.
Larry was in the hospital for what, about a week or so? Yeah. And at that point, you know, we're Facebook friends like everybody is 5 minutes after they meet nowadays. So I was following his story. He was in the hospital room. It was a little nerve-wracking because for some reason, you know, I felt a connection with Larry. And I felt bad that this was a guy that I thought that I could become really good friends with and that he was in the hospital and I didn't know if I was ever going to see him again. And I finally went out. When he announced that he was going back out, I was out of the hospital, and the doctor's orders, he was allowed to go in for a short period of time and just run a very short distance at a very slow speed. I said, "Well, I want to see this dude, let me go out there." So I went out there, had his number in my cell phone, didn't know where to go in the park, so I called him. Just like any other person who has no interest in the other person seeking a bromance or a romance, when he picked up the phone, he had no idea who I was. Finally reminded him who I was, and said, "Hey, let's go back to the end of the park." Went down to the end of the park, had fun, did my small swim, did a little bike ride, and then we had a decision to make. There was about 7 or 8 people on that. We had an option to go run on the beach or go run on the asphalt. At that point, I had never run more than a mile in my life. And that mile I struggled. He said, "I'm going to go run a 5K. I said, "All right, I'll run with you." So we were running what nowadays would be at a snail's pace to us and would probably hurt us. But we ran, and he wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop, even when he realized his heart rate was going a little bit above, he would just slow down. And I gave every excuse in the world because I was dying, and I said, "Let's stop, let's stop." He said, "No, let's just keep going. Let's just keep pushing through, and we'll get to the end." That was the day I ran my first 5K. I ran with Larry. And as a triathlete and a marathoner that I am now, that is a huge accomplishment. That is a huge milestone for somebody like me. To be able to say that I ran with Larry, and I know I'm not the only one in this room who's run their first 5K or first half marathon or first marathon with, it was great for me. It was a huge accomplishment. I thank you for that. That segues into your marriage. No matter how rough it gets, just continue to push through. Don't stop. Maybe just slow down. Based on your inability to catch a football, I'm quite impressed that you caught this angel from heaven. Sylvia, there's been 3 people here today who have confused me for his brother. I've always felt that I was his brother. So I need you to take care of my brother. Please. Larry, you truly have an angel. Take care of her. Love her. Honor her. Listen to her. Obey her. Write this down. Enjoy life. Enjoy your marriage. Enjoy each other. Enjoy your friends. You guys are great together. You always will be. I love you both. Thank you again for letting me be part of the